Hello everyone. Please confirm, am I audible to all?
Yes, you are audible, Sanjay.
Thanks for the
Hi.
confirmation. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Okay, let's start. Good morning everyone. My name is Sanjay and I will be leading this session. So thanks all of you. It's a Sunday and 11, so I know everyone has a plan, but still you have joined this session. It indicates like you are eager to upgrade yourself to the DevOps skills. And I assure you, like you are at the right place. So before jumping directly to the DevOps, let's try to understand what is the software development lifecycle and why it is required. So when software development lifecycle started, industry started following waterfall model, and then it has some drawbacks. So industry improved and they started working on agile model. So let's understand what is waterfall model. We see any software which is being developed, it has these phases: analysis, requirement specification, design, development, testing, and implementation. So these are the 6 steps of any software development lifecycle in a waterfall model. So what happens? Let's say HDFC Bank wants to develop a software. So business administrator or product owner will go to the concerned person and will collect all the requirements, like what are the features they need and how they want to look and feel. And he will collect all the requirements. Then that requirements will be shared with the solution architect or software architect, and then they will design the software. Then actual coding will start. And once coding is completed, so it may take code for completion of a coding, it may take 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years, depending on the size of the product. And then it will hand over to the testing. So here, what happens? Every team is working in a silos. Like for example, what BA team is working with collect requirement at that time, design team, development team, testing team are unaware of what is happening or what is in the picture. And every team works on silos, so no other team has any idea what's going to happen or how it will start. So when the first team complete his task, then it collaborative work share with the another team. So what happens? It's a lengthy process, and that's why there is no guarantee like what has been client expected, the final product will be delivered at the same. And when there will be, like for example, software team completed parts for developing the application, then testing team will test it, testing team will complete that testing, and then it will be implemented and delivered to the client. And then if there is any bug or improvement suggested by the client, then again development team has to come into the picture. And let's say development has team done a development 6 months before, and testing team take a 3 months for testing, and then deployment take a 1 more month. So after 6 to 7 months or 1 year, development team, it is difficult to again go through that code and check the what is the issue and how to fix it, because they may have started working on some another project. So these were the main drawbacks of the waterfall models. So these are the listed, like it's difficult to estimate time and cost for each phase of the development process is difficult. Again, once a application is in testing stage, it is tough to go back and change something that was not well thought out in the concept stage. So these are some disadvantages of a waterfall model. So you can see the picture. So let's say expect the client has expected this first picture. This was a client expectation. And due to every team is working in silos and there is a lot of gap, communication gap. So what actual product has been delivered? So in this case, what you think, the client will be happy or unhappy? Just I need your response. Comment yes if client would be happy, or no if client would not be happy. Just comment in a chat. Yeah, Salim says no. Perfect. So what happened? Like industry move on and they started working on a agile model. So you can see this is agile model. These are the same teams involved. The first will be product owner or business analyst, then design solution architect, then development team, testing team. But here, rather than collecting all information, they collect information in a chunk and pass it on to the next team. For example, uh, client gave a requirement today for the login page. So I want this kind of login page. This should look like this and it should work as per my requirement. So BA team will immediately pass that requirement to the design team, solution architect. Then that team will start give that requirement to the designing development team, and development team will start developing that login page. Once login page is developed or it is in design page, so everyone has a visibility of what's happening, and that will be passed to the testing team. So at the time, let's say uh, development team design a login button, okay button. So at the same time, testing team is testing it. Is it working? Is it perfectly aligned or it is need some improvement? And the suggestions will be given back to the development team. At the same time, it will be deployed and client will have a visibility. Like client will not have the complete application at the first, but client will see this is the look and feel my application will look, so that he will suggest the improvement. Let's say, let's take an example of a SDLC bank. So client says like, I want a personal EMI calculator. Designer design it here, but let's say client says I don't want at this, I want this at the top of the page. So then immediately designer will shift this button to the top of the screen, and then tester will test is it working or not. So likewise, we will not deliver the entire application in a one go. We will define and design a module, and that will be delivered to the client. So that's the test process improves the speed of software development and quality of a product. So earlier there was a gap between client expectation and actually what is delivered. So here that gap has been minimized and everyone has a visibility what's happening and in which direction the flow of software development is going. So this is an agile model. So let's try to define it. The agile development model is also a type of incremental model. Software is developed in incremental rapid cycles. This results in a small incremental releases, with each release building on previous functionality. Each release is a thoroughly tested to ensure software quality is maintained. So the main motto to maintain the software quality. Then this agile method emphasizes on iterative, incremental, and evolutionary development. Okay, do you think this is like a fast or reliable? Still, there will be a delay. Like let's say there was a first problem was client was not getting delivered what he is expecting. So that we have solved using the agile model. But let's say the client has a timeline of 6 months and we will be able to deliver it within 6 months. There may be a delay, like let's say 1 month delay or 15 days. So we will not able to meet the deadlines. So then why it is so? Because there are two different teams involved. One is a development team and second is a operation team. So let's understand operation team responsibilities. We know like development team will write a code, it will design the application and hand over to the operation team. But what are the responsibilities of the operation team? Like installation of server hardware and OS. For example, it's a Java application. Then what are the prerequisites for that application? Let's say installing of a Java and compatible OS. This is the responsibility of an operation team. Then configuration of servers, network storage, monitoring of servers, respond to outages. Let's say if application is running and something happened technically and application goes down, so then it's a operation team responsibility to keep that application live. Then security, the application should be a secure, it should not be prone to any threats or vulnerabilities. So these are the responsibilities of operation teams. So here you can see there was always battle between development team and operation team, as everyone wants to have their job at ease. So developer will follow this in development in a chunks, or it will deliver a module base. At the same time, sometimes if something gone wrong by the developer, the application will crash. But operation team has to again go back, then downgrade the version of application, again rehost it. So Operation team wants a stable application. So there was always fight between developer and operation team. Let's say some application is working at developer's laptop and it's not working on a production server. So then there will be again a fight like why it is not happening. So developer will say it's working at my end, it's issue at your end, please go and check your configurations. So that kind of fights and time consuming was happening. So industry came with a solution. Let's combine both teams, like development team and operation team. And then they build a DevOps team. So you can see the first scan shows John and Van. They are from the development team. So the role of there is develop apps, maintain code, and fix the bugs. And again, there is operation team who is responsible for monitoring system health, deploying applications, and operate infrastructure. So now industry came with a solution like merging of both the teams, and they gave a name DevOps. So this team will take care of all DevOps processes. For example, this team will not write the code, but it will maintain the code and it will host the application as well as it will monitor the application. And if there are some health issues or any downtime, so that same team will take care of keeping that application live. So that way client will be happy. Production, there will be no production issues. So there is no loss of money. So this is the story how DevOps team get formed. So DevOps is what? DevOps is a culture. So DevOps is a methodology that promotes collaboration between development and operation teams. This allows deploying code to production faster and in an automated way. It helps to enable rapid deployment of products. So the main motto is save the time, deliver the products on a timely basis. So this is the main reason why DevOps team were formed. So let's understand what are the benefits of having a DevOps team in any software industry. So now all software company or software development companies are started to build their DevOps team. So what are the advantage or benefits? The first one is the reliability. Second is a reduced time to recover, efficiency, lower risk, shorter development cycle, stability, cost savings, faster product delivery, higher quality, fewer failures, better user experience, and faster updates. So these are the benefits of having DevOps team in the organization. Okay, so now let's come to the question, who can learn DevOps? So again, we discuss it's a merge of a development team and operation. So do really DevOps team need to have the programming knowledge? Like they just need to write a Java program, .NET program? So the answer is no, but they need to have a scripting knowledge, which is similar to the writing code, but very simply way and easy way. Like anyone can learn the scripting language because it don't have that complex programming, complex architecture. It is a straight English sentence. Anyone can read that sentence and understand the meaning. So DevOps team need to learn the scripting. It may be a shell scripting, PowerShell, Python. So the YAML. So these are the scripting language and these are very easy to learn. Like within 1 month or 2 months, anyone can learn those scripting. Even a 10th year student can learn those scripting languages. Okay, then how to start a DevOps journey? The first, anyone who wants to learn the DevOps skills, he need to start with learn Linux. Then he need to learn the scripting languages. Just now I discussed. Then Git is a version control tool. Then configuration management, CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment, monitoring, cloud, and containers. So when we will go through the day by day, we will try to cover each and every topic in depth. So what are the tools? Like you can see, there are a lot of tools involved in it. So you don't need to worry about looking at the big tools or anything. So this is a phase of a development. So you can understand that it starts with a plan. Like if you want to develop a software, you need to plan it. Then once your plan is completed, then you need to write the code. The code will definitely be written by the development team, not the DevOps team. Then you need to build. So build is a process which is come under the DevOps team. So DevOps team will build the packages and then packages will be hand over to the QA team, that is testing team. So the testing team will test the application. Once testing team give a go ahead, then it will be released and it will be available for the end user as well as tester for the using it. So these are the life cycles of a DevOps. So then it will be operational, then it will be monitored. So these are the phases. So these are the n number of tools. So you don't need to worry about number of tools. You have to learn only one or two tools. And every company don't need all the tools. Depends on like what role you are having, and based on that you will deal with that tool. And every day there are a number of tools which are getting added. So it's not a possible for a one human to be expert in all the tools, but basic of the all tools is the same. So you can learn any tool, so you can use the new tool. So then there are the number of jobs opportunities, like what are the jobs. So you can see test engineer, build engineer, sysadmin. And at the moment, DevOps is evolving and there are new roles like DataOps, MLOps, AIOps, DevSecOps, FinOps, platform engineer, Chaos engineer, and resilience engineer, SRE, DevOps architect. So these are the roles which which comes under DevOps. So you don't need to learn all the tools. Depending on your role, you need to learn 5 to 6 tools to master your role. Okay, so who will get the job? Like for example, you have a good knowledge, so will you able to get the jobs? So no. So you can see we call Kohli as a King Kohli. Why? Because there are PR teams. So you can see like King Kohli is earning a lot of money than endorsement than the playing cricket. So why they have the PR teams? So now you can see the Shubman Gill is also called as a Prince of Indian Cricket. Why it is called a Prince? Because they are just doing branding of their own image, so that they will get a good endorsements, they will get a good teams to play, like that. So we have to also polish our skills to sell yourself or sell ourselves, then only we will get the jobs. So as the batch go on, we will discuss like how to polish your skills, how to get resumes, how to crack the interviews. That will be covered. Okay, what are the course content? So these are the basic course contents which we are going to cover: Linux, Git, GitHub, Azure DevOps, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes. So these are the basic tools which required to start your DevOps journey. So we are going to cover all those. So timing will be morning 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday to Friday. Okay, anyone has any questions, please? You can unmute and ask the questions.
Salim, Abhijit, do you have any question?
Timings are from in morning 8 to 9.
Yes.
Yes.
There is no weekend batch.
No. We are like trying to give some assignments for the weekends, and we will be providing the recordings as well every day. And the recordings will be given on a YouTube, so that you don't need to wait for a drive and all. So it will be, you can access it anytime. And Saturday, Sunday, we will be giving assignments. Whatever we learn for 5 days, the assignments will be provided to complete Saturday, Sunday. So that's why we are not having any weekend batch.
One question from
In
my
this,
side.
AWS is also covered, or only DevOps is there?
Okay, good question. So thing is like AWS and Azure are the cloud platforms. So that comes under cloud engineer. But here, without knowing the cloud, you will not able to do the DevOps practices. So we will not go in depth in a cloud, like, but whatever we are going to have the projects, and what is the requirement of those projects, so that part we will cover, like the common cloud scenarios like creating EC2 instances, load balancer, that will be covered. But in depth cloud will not be covered. You have to practice it, or we will provide the some resources, so using that you can master your cloud skills. But here we are trying to cover AWS as well as Azure, both in DevOps. So like some projects will have Azure, some will have AWS, and some project we will try to have a mix bag, like it will have a multi-cloud project deployments. So whatever part we will need for that project, that part we will cover.
Yogesh Patil, do you have any question?
Yes, do we require languages for this? So which language you will be covered, means Python or anything?
We will be more focusing on a YAML, because that is the scripting which is required. And we will See, again, learning from this complete language will take 1 month. Like if you start studying PowerShell, Python, but we will learn whatever is required for our project. So that basic we will cover. Because if we mix everything, then there will be a problem. Like it will not be easy to understand.
And I have one question again. For the interview purpose, are you giving any kind of project? Means interview asking any kind of the regarding the projects. So are you providing any kind of the project? Means
Yes, projects we will be completing projects with you. So we will try to cover 3 to 4 projects. The first will be one AWS project, one Azure project, and one will be the hybrid cloud. So and we will give some assignments for the project as well, because the projects are very important, because learning the skill will not complete until unless you have a hands-on experience. And once you have a hands-on experience on project, then only you will feel prepared for the interviews.
that is the question, because without any problem we cannot understand anything.
Yes,
And
yes,
if we have
definitely.
if you are facing any kind of the problem, then you can search anything on the Google, or you can ask anything to your friends, all this, and you can, after that you can crack the interview. That is why I'm asking.
Perfect, correct. So DevOps is all about failing. Let me tell you. So you fail early, the chances of winning is more. Like every day DevOps engineer fails, because build fails, production fails. That's why DevOps engineer role is there. If we did do automation and everything is running smoothly, then there is no need of DevOps engineer. It's failing every day and it's winning every day. So that's about a DevOps. So even we are doing a project, we will also fail here. We will get some issues, we will get some errors. So we will learn here how to troubleshoot those issues, how to find the answers to those issues.
Okay, because the interview ask about the project, about which project are you working, all these things. So, and if we don't have any kind of the hands-on knowledge, we can answer about it. So that is the main problem.
Exactly, I do agree with you. Hands-on knowledge is must. See, if you learn the books of how to drive a car, you will never learn the driving the car. You have to practically drive the car, and then only you will have a confidence to driving a car. So DevOps is the same way. Not only DevOps, everything, every technology is that way only.
Yes.
Yeah, just I want
I
to
have
mention here, yeah, Yogesh. Already I'm just uploading the some projects and some practical stuff on YouTube. So here also in between I'll come with the some projects and you will learn that. And
Yeah, Salim has raised a hand. Please go ahead.
yes,
A fresher who completed his graduation from BA, can they
Your
join this class?
your voice is not clear.
yeah, he's asking that who can join like a BA, BCom.
Right.
Yeah,
Fresher.
so anyone who is interested to learn the technology, he can join. Even 10th standard student can join, because our intention is to, this is for beginner class, not the immediate level or advanced batch. So you see, like our intent sorry, our intention is to enable everyone to learn DevOps. So everyone can join here. But the thing is, like, if you are from non-technical background, then you have to do a lot of homework. For example, if you know what is application, so if you have a technical background, so you will understand the things very quickly. But if you have not a technical background, then you may need to struggle 2 to 3 times, and then you will master in it. So that struggle is there. So that struggle is with everyone. Even the technical person, when they started their career or their job, initially everyone is struggling. So like, but the thing is, like, if you are already know some technical stuff, then the struggle is less, because you have already done that struggle in your early days. So here we will try to cover from the basic, and the language will be English and Hindi. It's not like if you have any questions, you can ask in Hindi as well. That also we are okay.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Okay. Any other?
Yeah, Prabhas and Jubin, any other question?
I have covered behalf of